Hello, this is Lisa Swain. Thank you so much for your interest in the pyramid model. We are going to get started today with a video brought to you by Sesame Street.
I smile when I'm happy, I cry when I'm sad, I yell when I'm angry. That's another word for mad. I'm quiet when I'm lonely, tired of feeling blue. I might scream if I get scared, or I'm excited to see you. My cheeks turn pink or purple when I'm embarrassed or feel shy. And when I'm feeling nervous, I'll be brave enough to try. I sometimes have a temper, I get mad and scream so loud. But when I take a deep breath, I calm down and then feel proud. These things are my emotions, every feeling is okay. I'm learning how to deal with them every single day. So if you feel grumpy or you're stuck in a bad mood, give yourself a hug and say goodbye, bad attitude.
So if a child can do advanced math, speak 3 languages, or receive top grades, but can't manage their emotions, practice conflict resolution, or handle stress, none of that other stuff is really going to matter. So take a moment and just reflect. What do you think about that? Do you believe that is true? We have experienced a very tough few years, and more early childhood educators, families, people across the country are realizing how important social emotional learning is for young children and how long those skills empower a child into adulthood. So many of these agencies in Connecticut joined forces to become the Connecticut Pyramid Partnership with the mission of building a statewide system for pyramid model implementation in order to enhance the competencies of those that care for, educate, and support young children and their families. And with a vision that we are a state that supports the social and emotional well-being of all young children and their families. And the focus of the Connecticut Pyramid Partnership is on culturally responsive practice and family engagement. And you can see some of the agencies on this slide. So the pyramid model for social and emotional development encourages the development of trusting, healthy attachments and relationships with primary caregivers, the development of self-regulation, the ability to express, recognize, and respond to emotions, the development of self-awareness, self-concept, and competence, and the skills needed to develop friendships. And all of the social emotional skills are aligned completely with the skills and concepts in the Connecticut ELDS, the Connecticut Early Learning and Development Standards, which is a guide to what children birth to 5 should know and be able to do. The pyramid model was also developed for children birth to 5, and we know that is the optimal time for children to learn all of these skills that will stay with them throughout school and into adulthood. So what do children do when they don't have social emotional skills? That's what we're here to talk about. When children don't have these skills, they often exhibit challenging behavior. And that's why we need to focus on teaching these skills. Just as if a child doesn't know how to read, we teach them the skills they need to read. The same thing for math, the same thing for physical skills, and the same thing for social emotional skills. So the pyramid model is a tiered system of support. It starts with the effective workforce, which you can see is the yellow base. This tier 1 focuses on nurturing and responsive relationships and high quality supportive environments. It forms the promotion elements of the pyramid model and stresses the importance of establishing positive relationships with children and adults and structuring the environment to support self-regulation. So these relationships are the foundation of the pyramid model. Young children function in the context of relationships early in life, and it sets them on a trajectory for experiencing strong friendships and positive interactions with teachers and children, and it increases their success in school and quality of life. So take a moment to think about how you promote nurturing and responsive relationships before moving on to the next slide. The second part of tier 1 are those high quality supportive environments. In this level, young children learn through exploration, and environments should be designed to support that exploration and diminish the chance that children will demonstrate challenging behavior. If they're engaged in these rich learning environments, they will be more apt to be successful. So the environments can prevent challenging behavior while they support children to understand the expectations. And it's important to reflect that these expectations will apply to all children's abilities, cultures, and languages. Especially for kids with disabilities, it's a good idea to ask parents if they have specific ideas to make the environment more accessible for their child. It could be something as easy as them saying that their child needs a chair or a clearly defined space for circle time because they lack body awareness or have weak core strength. Maybe some students might need lights to be less bright. What are some other things that you can think about maybe supporting an individual child? The second tier further addresses promotion of social competence for some children and targeted interventions for other children who need intentional teaching of social skills. Some children are just going to pick this up naturally, but most children do need some intentional, targeted teaching of these skills. In this level of the pyramid model, teachers identify the skills that children need to have to be able to develop friendships. Children enter early childhood classrooms of various abilities based on development, developmental delay, experiences, and cultural expectations. We're going to talk about all of those throughout these modules. In early childhood classrooms, teachers' practices need to include instructional skills to the whole class level, as well as individualized instruction at the child level for specific children. The third tier represents the intervention level of the pyramid model. The emphasis is still on building the child's social competence, but the practices are individualized, frequent, and intense. What are some examples that you can think of right now? Intensive interventions are the third level of the pyramid model, and this represents a data-driven process for developing an individualized support plan for a child who's demonstrating persistent, challenging behavior. Through a team process, data about the child's behavior is collected to make decisions about supports that need to be implemented. Supports could include practices from either of the previous tiers. For example, review of the daily schedule is a tier 1 practice. When it's adapted so that the child has a smaller personal version of the schedule, an adult can individually review this with the child prior to the end of a high preference activity, and then it becomes an individualized intensive intervention. These types of interventions are adapted so that, in this case, a child has a small personal version of the schedule. So NCPMI is the website for all things pyramid model. It's the National Center for Pyramid Model Innovations. So I will be showing you how to find all of these resources for providers and families in a little bit. First, let's look at a mom using one of the resources. Tucker the turtle takes time to tuck and think at home, and then we'll look at some more resources after that.
Anger Management with Tucker the Turtle. This is Tucker the Turtle, and he has a great way to teach anger management. Aggression and impulsivity are huge obstacles for children to effectively solve problems and build positive relationships. Aggressive children are more likely to experience peer rejection and misinterpret peers' intentions as hostile. Interestingly, the Tucker technique was originally developed to teach adults anger management skills, but since it would have been more impactful to start teaching these skills sooner in life, it was adapted for young children. The steps of the turtle technique are 1. Recognize that you feel angry. 2. Think stop. 3. Go into your shell, taking 3 deep breaths. 4. Come out of your shell when calm and think of some solutions to the problem. Tucker the Turtle materials can be found both in English and Spanish. Hi, Emmett. My name's Tucker. How are you? Oh, nice hug. Thanks for being gentle with me. Can I read you a story about me?
Yeah.
Okay. My story is called Tucker Takes Time to Tuck and Think. Tucker Turtle is a terrific turtle. He likes to play with his friends at Wet Lake School. But sometimes things happen that can make Tucker really really mad. Can you show me your mad face? Yeah, this is my mad face. When Tucker got mad, he used to hit, kick, or yell at his friends. His friends would get mad or upset when he hit, kicked, or yelled at them. Look at how his alligator feeling.
Sad.
Oh yeah, look at those tears. What about Tuck?
But alligators could eat you in real life and snap you in real life.
That's true, but in this story they can't. What about this frog? How's Frog feeling?
Upset too.
Yeah, upset too. Oh no, my friends don't want to play with me when I act that way, when I hit and kick and yell. Tucker now knows a new way to think like a turtle when he gets mad. First thing, ouch, I'm mad. He can stop, keep his hands and body and yelling to himself. Then he can tuck inside his shell and take 3 deep breaths to calm down.
Can I do it with that turtle?
Yeah, just a second. Tucker can then think of a solution or a way to make it better. Look at this, Emmett. Tucker's friends are happy when he plays nicely and keeps his body to himself. Friends also like it when Tucker uses nice words or has a teacher help him when he's upset. Look at the alligator and the duck and the frog. How are they feeling now? They're feeling nice. Yeah, they're smiling and happy. And that's the end of my book. Do you want to practice tucking in with me, Emmett?
No, can I have a turtle with it?
Okay, here you go. You stick your hands in. Okay. First things first. Tucker gets mad. Arrgh. Is he gonna hit and yell and kick us?
No,
What's he gonna do?
he's gonna take 3 deep breaths.
Should we take deep breaths with him?
No, I do it.
Okay,
Oh.
go ahead. Is he ready?
Yeah.
Nice. Now what's he gonna do?
Hmm.
Oh, hi Tucker. It's so good to see you. You ready to be gentle with everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good work. Good work, Emmett. If you want to learn more about anger management, there is a great article titled Helping Young Children Control Anger and Handle Disappointment. There are also great resources to provide to families. There is a turtle pattern so families can make tuckers for home, and there are some great handouts from the Backpack Connection series on anger and frustration.
So how do we find all of these resources? There are a few different ways. One is through the Connecticut Pyramid Partnership, which you can find on the Connecticut Office of Early Childhood website. And you can go to the Professional Development and Technical Assistance page on the Connecticut Office of Early Childhood website, and you'll see the pyramid model. And there are 3 pages on this site. There's an overview where you can find out the history of the pyramid model, how it was created, how Connecticut is implementing the pyramid model, all of the agencies involved, the mission and vision. And then there's a page on implementing the pyramid model, and you can see how to access the entire 18-hour module training for free. If you'd like to do that, you can access it right on this page. And it also shows you the spots in Connecticut that are doing full implementation. The 3rd page is a resource page. So here we have an intro to tell you about the Pyramid Partnership, alignment video of the Connecticut Core Knowledge and Competencies and the Pyramid Model video. We have the connections to the Head Start Learning Outcome Framework, and we have the alignment with the Connecticut Early Learning and Development Standards and the Pyramid Model. There are also many videos for adults supporting children and supporting themselves, and some of the skill building videos that you can access. The Backpack series is here too with a connection to the NCPMI website. So we also have toolkits that the Connecticut Pyramid Partnership did with in combination with UConn UCED. And these are wonderful too, and they're available in English and Spanish on several different topics. And this gives you another way to get resources. So if you go to one of these, you'll see how to build relationships, lots of articles, and then books for children, and then some videos and parent resources on each one. Okay, so back to the next connection is going to the NCPMI website. And here you can see they take you to some family engagement videos. Here's the home page of challengingbehavior.org. That's the National Center for Pyramid Model Innovations, where you can find all things pyramid. There is a special COVID page still, which amazing resources. And you can click on these different bars to get whatever you're looking for. So you can look for pandemic specific resources, having to stay home, children's stress and challenging behavior, adults self-care and managing stress, and early childhood professional resources, reopening early childhood program resources. You can also find things through this resource library tab, the green tab at the top. And you can see these are new resources come to the top. So these were just developed in January of 2022. You can look by language. So you notice all the different languages that resources are available. You look for what your audience is. Are you looking for resources for families, program leaders, teachers, providers, trainers, coaches? What type of resource are you looking for? Are you looking for a video? Are you looking for an infographic, a family handout? And then what category are you looking? So lots of different ways for you to get information, or you can just type in a topic. So let's say you're looking for something for feelings. You can find Exploring Feelings at Storytime, Teaching Feelings with a Book Reading, the Feeling Faces Play-Doh mats, all different feeling face charts that are brand new. And you can find Tucker the Turtle in many different languages. And you see this is with a new friendlier Tucker than you saw in that video. You can also go to pyramidmodel.org, and there are resources for teachers and families there. You can do the entire online 18-hour course in Spanish. There's a $49 charge for that. And I just want to make sure to let you know that all of our resources in Connecticut are for free for anyone who would like. And that includes our 18-hour module. You can also go to this family page, and they have amazing resources. They have the Parents Interacting with Infants series, and they have the Positive Solutions for Families. These are available in English and Spanish and are free for anyone who would like. So the pyramid model has been incredibly helpful to families and early child care providers for over 20 years. And in some cases, it has been life-changing. So I just wanted to conclude with a video of a family before and after using the pyramid model. Here's Brendan and his mom going into the library before they started Positive Behavior Supports, PBS, with the pyramid model.
When we went out anywhere, just going out, we just decided to stay home because it was easier, or taking turns going out, or I wait for you to come home from work. And
we couldn't even go in and out of Publix or Walmart because we couldn't get through the door without having a tantrum. Certainly couldn't go up to a restaurant and sit down and have a dinner for a half hour. Just simple everyday life things we couldn't do.
We became isolated, not even eating dinner at home or giving the kids baths or simple things at home. So we ended up just developing routines around Brendan, and that was what we did, you know. I think everybody revolved around him.
I guess what made Brendan tough before PBS was that we had no way to communicate with him. We didn't know what he wanted. He was frustrated, we were frustrated. And it was just a lack of communication, of understanding why he was doing what he was doing, and then how to resolve it is probably what made it the toughest for me. So she just didn't know just how to communicate with him.
I think it was so hard when he would just fall down, and I had to carry him in places, carry him out of places. We were spectacles. People just watched us, they judged us. other people looked at us like there was something wrong with our parenting
Yeah.
skills.
Certainly before PBS, people, you could just see it. You go to the grocery store and you have somebody tell you, this is the way you should do it, or, your child's doing that because whatever, you're not spanking him, or give him a little spanking and he'll be fine, or whatever, so you have all those. Everybody has their own opinion on how you should raise your child without even knowing what your situation is. So,
I think strangers always gave us advice when we were out, and our family always gave us advice, and it was somewhere always along the line of discipline, punishment.
So now I'm going to show you a little segment of Brendan after positive behavior supports with the pyramid model, and you'll hear from his parents about what life was like after they started this process.
That with PBS, we've been able to go back to some of the things and just look really normal out and just in public and restaurants we've gone to eat, and
baseball game.
we went to a baseball game, we go to dinner. We have little goals of things that we want to do that it's like, okay, let's see how we can accomplish this, and then we just go ahead and figure it out and get our pictures together and
Get our social stories made.
And he said, now we're going to do this. Figured out which things have worked for our family, and I guess that's part of the PBS process, is making it work for you, and then we use it with Brendan. We do first den schedules with Brendan, which always work. Our first den schedule, the first ones we use were, first do something hard for you, and then French fries, because that was always, a reward, and then our first den schedules are just like a regular routine that he can cope with, and we've been able to get away from some of the schedules too. Not completely, because he always needs them, but he's just real comfortable. As soon as he learns his routine, we don't have to resort to a picture for every little thing. And
the first couple of weeks of learning how to say things in a positive way was very difficult. I mean, you couldn't get a whole sentence out without stopping and realizing you were saying something negative. So,
we had to correct each other.
Yeah. So I think after the first couple of weeks we finally got the hang of it, and it's interesting now to see other parents with other kids and listen to how they talk to their children. It's like, that used to be me, and to see the reactions of the children when they're speaking to them that way.
And then we know what they're doing. We're like, we know what you're doing. You're telling him don't, stop, no, and you're not giving him any direction, and you're not helping him, and you're not telling him what to do exactly. And so we see why your child is like that. But, my child has got problems, and he's not like that.
So you can see from that video that the practices that were taught to Brendan were life-changing for Brendan and his family. And not all children have challenging behavior to that extent, but these skills and practices help all children. And so we hope that you are able to learn more about the pyramid model. If you have any questions or would like to reach us for anything, please contact us at connecticutpyramid@gmail.com. And thank you so much for all that you do to support children and families. Have a great day.